Shalawam family, Shalawam. Hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. I'm making a response to help a sister out. A sister asked me in one of my previous videos to kind of give a little more clarity dealing with the feast days, and the importance of the feast days. And I can't remember the sister's name, so sister, if you see this video, Salakia, forgive me. But anyway, let me try to bring let me try to make the feast days make a little bit more sense. Try to simplify it as best as possible. Okay, the feast days are more than just the gathering of Israel to just eat, or to or more than just a gathering of Israel to congregate together. It's and it's even more than just us getting together in a spiritual connection with the Most High. It's actually a dress rehearsal. Dress rehearsal dealing with a wedding. Dealing with a wedding. There's a wedding that's a wedding that is going to take place between the bride and the groom. And these feast days are centered around the dress rehearsal. These are moeds, appointments, appointed times. When you go to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, you talk about these are the feasts of Yah, or these are feasts of the Yahweh, right? And these feasts, like I said, are dress rehearsals for the wedding between Israel and the Most High, right? Or wedding in Hamashiach. So anyway, dealing with this wedding. When we go to Matthew, the 22nd chapter, and it talks about heaven is like a certain king that sent servants out to gather people that was bid for the wedding. What happens is these invitations are going out to Israel, and when we read, I think about verse 3, it says that, but they made light of this wedding, or made light of this feast, and he has killed these animals and sacrificed these animals, for this feast. And some went out to their farms, some went out as merchants to their jobs or what have you. So they made light of the festivities. So again, he sent out his servants to gather people. And again, these servants wound up turning against the prophets and killed them. So the king sent out his armies to destroy or to burn down their cities. So this was the prophecy that Hamashiach was trying to tell the children of Israel, that you didn't know that he was coming to get you ready for a wedding. So now he's going to send these armies to destroy Israel. He sent Rome to destroy Israel. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so when we go to John, the 14th chapter, and we've heard this many times over and over, especially those of us that came out of Christianity. We have heard this at funerals. I go to prepare a place for you, and in my Father's house there are many mansions, right? Now, when you understand Hebrewic marriages or Hebrewic customs, what will happen is the father would set up a wedding between the groom and the bride. And first and foremost, the father of the bride would have to accept the offer. If he accepts the offer, then there's a dowry. There's a dowry to be paid, right? And she's betrothed. Then after that, they're separated for at least a year, or more, right? Depending on the age and time and stuff like that. Then when they come together, there's a week-long celebration. There's a feast for the couples to be. And then they would consummate the marriage. So when we hear brothers talk about sex as marriage, they have just jumped over all these other procedures, in Hebrew customs, or what we might as well just say the law, because custom and law and culture go hand in hand. But again, when we have these false ideologies and false doctrines, we have created whoredom, and Israel has not created spiritual whoredom. We have created physical whoredom because again, we want to jump over the whole customs and the process and the law, to fulfill our sexual lust, right? So anyway, back to the subject at matter. I don't want to digress too far, but anyway, dealing with this marriage. This marriage started in Pesach, Passover, right? So all these feast days, all these high holy days are dress rehearsals for the wedding, and hopefully once this marriage is consummated, hopefully the bride she's impregnated and she's bearing a child. She's going to bring forth a child. Now, most of us know by now that it takes about 9 months to for a child to be conceived. And again, when we understand Hebrewic customs, the children that were born, they were dedicated, especially the male seed, they were dedicated to the Most High Yah, right? Or Yahweh. So when you look at the Feast of Dedication, you start understanding that what was going on. Israel was trying to rededicate themselves to the Most High. This is what the Feast of Dedications go. But our people celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Not only that, when they celebrate these things, they don't realize that, if you're celebrating these things, you're actually marrying Hasatan, Because again, we're supposed to be married to the Most High. So again, family, when you understand the dedication, because again, remember, the Most High, Yahweh says, He dwelled not in the temples made by the hands of man, but He dwelt in us. So, that what the temple was about. The temple was about rededicating our souls, or rededicating our families back to the Most High. But again, when you understand the customs of the Hebrewic customs and culture, you understand the law, it begin to lay out plainly and clearly. Now again, when Hamashiach says no man know the day or the hour or don't know the time, nobody but the Father. When you understand Hebrewic customs, before the groom would get his bride, the father would inspect the property or inspect the living accommodations and make sure it's suitable. He made sure it's suitable, and then he would tell him, go get your bride. So that's what he's saying. But you remember, there's already an invitation. There's already a dress rehearsal. There's already a point in time. That's why when you read 1 Thessalonians, I think it was chapter 5, it says, and I'm just paraphrasing again, I need not to write unto you because you fully aware know the time. But those that are asleep, they shall be caught like a thief in the night. So again, once you begin to put all the clues together, family, and again, don't believe not I say, do your own due diligence, study to show thyself approval, and stop following doctrines. Stop following false doctrines, false ideologies, and brothers that say, well, if you don't come to me, you can't get the truth and all that. Again, the truth is what the Most High put out there, what the scripture says, not what I say. Again, so once you begin to understand the dress rehearsals, the feast days, the moeds, He's laying out the time for you. You just have to be prepared when He comes. So with that being said, as usual, peace, love, Shalawam.